brand new Mega Evolutions, powerful new Redux forms, and a ton of amazing new abilities. The next update for Elite Redux, 2.65, is set to be one of the biggest we've ever seen, and we finally have new information. There is going to be over 100 new Pokemon being added, and plenty of new moves and broken combinations. And in this video, I'll be going over just a few of the new Pokemon coming to Elite Redux. The Volcarona line is one of the most popular in the entire series, so it was always surprising that it didn't receive anything new. Well, now it's been given a brand new Redux form, now with a beautiful blue and gray color scheme. Both the Redux Larvesta and Volcarona will be Bug, Dark, and Ghost type. Bug Dark as the base, with the innate ability Phantom giving them the third Ghost typing. This is a solid type combination with 3 immunities and just 4 weaknesses. Redux Volcarona's stats are quite different from the original form. Its highest stat is Special Defense, as it now sits at 110, which is decent but only has 65 in HP. It's still a special attacker with 100 in special attack and has 105 in speed to work with it. Well, what abilities does it receive now? Its 3 choice abilities will be Moon Spirit, which gives Fairy and Dark moves Stab and lets the move Moonlight heal 75% of its HP. It does get Moonblast and Pixie Beam to use with this. Lunar Affinity, which was once exclusive to Mega Redux Clefable, will let it copy any lunar move others use. So if a partner uses something like Blood Moon or Moonlight, it will also use it that turn. Lastly, it can have Wandering Spirit, which will trade its ability with an attacker on contact. The innate abilities will be Phantom, like I mentioned before, Prism Armor, allowing it to take 35% less from super effective moves, and lastly, Levitate, which brings its number of immunities to 4 and gives it a 25% power increase to flying moves. From a design perspective, this Volcarona is definitely up there as one of the best in the game, but this isn't even its final form. Redux Volcarona has an evolution, that being Selene Umbra. This beast keeps the exact same typing but gets big boosts to its stats. More specifically, its special attack, which will sit at 145. Special defense drops slightly, but HP gets a bump to 85, so it can still take a hit. Speed raises to 115, which is a solid speed stat to have in this game. The abilities change for it as well. Dark Aura is a nice choice ability and gives all dark moves a 33% power increase when it's on the field. Vexing Void is going to be one of the strongest dark type moves it can use with this. Sheer Force is another choice ability and will give its moves with secondary effects 30% more power but drops their effect. Moonblast again is going to be a great move to have for this. And lastly, it gets Moon Spirit like Volcarona. The innate ability it gets, Majestic Moth, will make its special attack that much better, as it will give it a +1 to its highest stat when it enters the field. Paired with its brand new innate ability, Lunar Wrath, this is going to be insane. Lunar Wrath letting it use a 50 base power Moongeist beam every time it uses a ghost move. A wild ability for sure. And lastly, Phantom to give it the ghost typing. This whole line just seems amazing and will most likely be on my team for the first playthrough. Speaking of amazing lines, who doesn't enjoy the Swampert line? Well, I'm certainly a fan, and with them now receiving new convergent forms, we have a whole new line to love. Mudkip is now Kipmodo, Marshtomp is now Marshmodo, and Swampert becomes Swampage. The entire line has the Dragon Poison typing, which is on the rare side of type combinations and is pretty good overall with 7 resistances and just 4 weaknesses. Let's look at the final stage, Swampage. It's a pure physical attacker much like Swampert, but is stronger with 115 in attack. Speed is also much better at 117, nearly double Swampert's speed stat. Defense is where it lacks, as both are below 80. Its abilities mostly lean towards attacking. The choice abilities it has are Adrenaline Rush, which gives it a speed boost for each knockout it gets. Sludge Spit is a new one and will let it use a 35 base power Venom Bolt after using an attacking move. Lastly, Regenerator, so it can switch out with Flip Turn and get a third of its health back. The innates are Amphibious, which gives it stab on all water moves. Poison Touch, so that all forms of contact have a 30% chance to poison. And lastly, Tough Claws to give contact moves a nice 30% power increase. Swampage seems like it could be a nice Pokemon to use through the mid game, but just like Swampert, this convergent form has a Mega Evolution as well. Look at this beast. Mega Swampage will keep the same typing and get a nice upgrade to its stats. Now its attack sits at 143. It's also bulked up a little bit, as both defenses sit above 95 now. With the bulk, it does lose some speed though, as it's at 92. Mega Swampage will have only one choice ability and it's brand new. Swamp Thing will summon the Swamp Pledge effect on entry. That effect quarters the speed of Pokemon in it, so its 95 in speed doesn't seem so bad now. Mega Swampage will also get a brand new innate ability, being Toxic Surge, which will summon the new Poison Terrain. boosting poison type moves for 8 turns while dealing 1/16 damage each turn. So finally new terrains are being added. It will also get Tough Claws and Amphibious like the base form. The whole line is just perfection and I can't wait to try it out. The legendary birds have all been given new EX forms, however they have the exact same stats and abilities. What's different is that all 3 can now Mega Evolve. Let's go through all of them, starting with Mega Moltres. This fiery beast keeps the exact same typing as before with fire flying, so still gotta watch out for those stealth rocks, but the new stats it has more than make up for that. Saying to hell with the rules, adding 120 instead of 100 to its base stats, Mega Moltres now has an unbelievable special attack stat of 200. Yes, this is just going to melt through everything. Its defenses are fine as they're all in their 90s, but outspeeding it will be tough with 120 in speed. But what if I told you it only gets better with its abilities? The only choice ability it has is a brand new one called Blistering Sun. It combines 2 abilities, Desolate Land and Air Blower. So it summons harsh sunlight that stops water moves and sets up a 3-turn tailwind as it enters the field. Pure insanity. Oh, but it gets so much worse with the innates. This thing will get Majestic Bird, which is essentially a free choice specs without locking it to a move. A brand new ability being Fire Aspect, which guarantees a burn with any fire move it uses, as well as fire immunity. And remember how I said you need to watch out for stealth rocks? Well, Molten Core will absorb stealth rocks and rock moves. And it also gives it Furnace, so it gets a +2 to speed if it's hit with a rock move. Mega Moltres is just ridiculous, but what about the others? The Mega Evolution for Articuno also retains the same typing, being Ice Flying. The stats are also wild for this one. 150 in special defense is its best stat, and with 130 in defense as well, it's going to be hard to stop. 125 in special attack will still hit hard, but at least it's not going to be game wrecking. 120 in speed is really nice with the bulk though. And just like Moltres, the abilities are very good. The one choice ability it gets is Aurora's Gale, which combines Majestic Bird and Aurora Veil. So its special attack gets a 50% boost, and moves against it will do 50% less damage. With the base form setting up Hail, which already gives ice types a 50% defense boost, I have no idea how this thing even takes damage. But it gets stronger. Mega Articuno gets a new innate ability being Ice Plumes, which halves damage from special attacks. Basically, special attackers will never beat this Pokemon. And you'll need to get rid of it quickly, as the other new ability it gets is Winter Throne, which deals 1/8 damage each turn to non-ice types on the field, while also healing ice types by 1/8. Basically, you have 8 turns to stop this tank or you lose. Lastly, it has Antarctic Bird to give ice and flying moves an extra 30% power increase. Mega Articuno is just legit scary, and I'm not sure how we'll even stop it. Lastly, we have Mega Zapdos. Just like its siblings, it will remain the same type as before with electric flying. Definitely the best of the 3, so it should keep it. Mega Zapdos will have incredible special attack sitting at 155, coupled with 150 in speed, so it can quickly devastate your team. 110 in special defense with 90 in HP along with its typing will make it difficult to remove with efficiency. But what abilities does this one get? Well, the only choice ability it will have is a new one called Supercell, combining Drizzle to set rain and Electro Surge. Not the most overpowered we've seen, but certainly helpful. The innates are pretty strong with another brand new one being Lightning Aspect. This lets it absorb electric moves and gives it a +1 to its highest stat when hit with one. It seems like a Pokemon made for doubles. It will also have Gale Wings for priority on flying moves, but only at full health. And lastly, Static to give it a 30% chance to paralyze foes on contact. This one doesn't seem as powerful as the other two, but it's still super strong. Mega Zapdos gets a new signature move being Tempest Storm, which will cause both sides to be hit with an 80 base power Thundershock at the end of each turn for 2 to 5 turns, hurting the opponent but most likely activating its Lightning Aspect ability. Mega Moltres also gets a signature move, Sunstrike, that is 60 base power and ignores EVs, items, boosts, and hits the lowest defense, so it's pretty cool. All 3 of these Megas are absolutely busted and amazing. They seem more like boss Pokemon, so I'm curious to see who gets them. King Gambit is one of the best Generation 9 Pokemon. And no, it's not getting a Mega Evolution, but it will be getting a female counterpart known as Queen Gambit. Female Bisharp will now evolve into this warrior, keeping the Steel Dark typing like the rest of the line. Queen Gambit will be the special attacking version, having 125 in special attack as well as 119 in speed. It will also be better on the special side of defense, having 90. So she should be a decent attacking threat, especially with some of the abilities she gets. The choice abilities include mythical arrows, which will make all arrow moves special and gives them a 30% increase to power. Queen's Morning will be another one and will raise both special defense and special attack anytime a stat is lowered on her side. Lastly, she can have pressure to reset stat changes. Queen Gambit will have Supreme Overlord as an innate, so expect her to come in and sweep teams late game. With Super Luck also raising her crit chance, she can do some serious damage. Battle Armor will prevent her from being crit at all, and will reduce damage done to her by 20%. King Gambit is one of my favorite Pokemon to use, so hopefully this new version is just as useful. Aggron is an iconic Hoenn Pokemon, and last year a new Redux line for it was revealed. However, no details were released until now. Redux Aeron, Lairon, and Aggron are all going to be water rock types, giving them a severe grass weakness but 5 resistances, which is solid. What does the stat spread for Redux Aggron look like? Well, it's still a bulky monster, but with less defense now, sitting at 140. It lost 40 points compared to the original, but it was put into special defense, rounding it out more and bringing it to 100. Attack and speed are slightly better, sitting at 115 and 55 respectively. The abilities are about what you would expect. Weak Armor will be a choice ability and can double its speed at the cost of some defense when hit with contact moves. Sheer Force can be chosen to give moves with secondary effects more power. And lastly, Loose Rocks to set up Stealth Rocks whenever it's hit. The innate ability Water Veil will prevent it from being burned and give it Aqua Ring on entry. Mighty Horn will boost up Horn and Drill based moves by 30% like Stab, Aqua Bash, and Jagged Horns. Both are boosted by Sheer Force, so it should hit really hard. And lastly, it has Solid Rock to take 35% less damage from super effective moves, so it can worry about grass types less. And just like the original form, this Redux form will be receiving a new Mega Evolution. Mega Redux Aggron is a real monster. I'm definitely feeling this design. Its defense is raised to 160, as well as its special defense, which is raised to 125, so it's tough to take out. It can also answer back with some power as attack sits at 150. It's still a bit slow, but its single choice ability can help it stay alive longer. Hunter's Horn will give it a boost on its horn and drill based moves, but will also give it back 25% of its health each time it gets a knockout. Recovery on a Pokemon like this makes it quite dangerous. The innate abilities are Water Veil like the base form, and gets Sheer Force and Battle Armor to go with it. I know a lot of people were really excited about the Redux Aggron reveal, so it's pretty cool that it received a Mega as well. We knew eventually that all pseudo-legendaries would get Mega Evolutions at some point, and one of the ones I'm most excited for, Dragapult, is finally getting one. Mega Dragapult will keep the very rare typing of Ghost Dragon, which I'm perfectly fine with. Of course, the Mega will take its great speed to the next level and raise it to 176, making it the fastest dragon and fastest ghost in the entire game. Its attack power doesn't improve that much, but it can still run either or as they both sit at 125. Defenses are still less than ideal, but Mega Dragapult gets some very interesting abilities that can help with that. The new choice ability, Blur, will use its amazing speed stat as its defense stat when being hit with a contact move, essentially giving it 176 in defense against most physical moves. Or it could run the Elude ability instead, using its speed stat as its defense stat against non-contact moves. Now, I'm not sure if this means that it goes to special defense or not, because most non-contact moves are special, but either way, these abilities are just incredible. And if you want it to be just the fastest Pokemon ever, it can also run Speed Boost instead. With more speed actually comes more power, as its new signature innate ability, Mach 3, will combine the abilities Slipstream and Deadly Precision. Slipstream lets its attack use 20% of its speed stat for damage, and Deadly Precision ensures all super effective moves hit and will have them ignore abilities. So yeah, this Mega is just going to be insane. It also has Parental Bond still, so all of its great moves will hit twice, and Infiltrator so Pokemon can't hide behind screens and substitutes. Seeing just how crazy they made Mega Dragapult has me really excited for other pseudo-legendaries to get their Megas. These new Pokemon are still in the early testing phases, so changes may occur by the time they're actually released. But these are just a few of the many new Pokemon coming to the next update of Elite Redux. So be sure to subscribe to see more information in the future, and leave a like if you're excited for the new update. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.